everybody? Welcome to Elevation Dent Company. In today's video, we're going to be welding up a crack on this bumper, plus we're going to do the paint work. I'm going to try to spot the side of this bumper in. Now, there's many different ways to repair a plastic bumper. I'm going to show you my technique and what I've been using for the past 15 years. You're going to want to check it out. Let's get to it. So this is the actual damage on the bumper. As you can see, it's split in two pieces right through that body line. Here's a quick breakdown on the tools I'm going to be using. I've got a plastic welder here. I've got the filler for the plastic welder. I got a pencil Dremel bit, a little 3-inch grinder here, 3-inch DA sander, some putty, some glue for plastic. I've got some bumper mesh, glue gun, wax and grease remover, and of course, some primer. The very first thing I'm going to do on this is first identify what kind of plastic this bumper is. Generally, if it's an OEM bumper, you can look around the areas. Sometimes it's printed on the side here. On this specific bumper, down here at the very bottom, you can see it says Nissan on it, so we know that this is an OEM bumper. But if you see right there where it's stamped, PP+, when you go out and buy one of these plastic welders, it's gonna have different styles of filler for it based on the type of plastic you're gonna be welding up. All right, what I'm gonna do is go ahead and hit this with some wax and grease remover. I wanna get all this grime off of here before I start doing any type of repair. I'm actually do it to both sides. Before I actually do any repairs on this bumper, the first thing I'm gonna do is try to get it all back in its original shape. I'm gonna just take this plastic and kind of just muscle it around to get it back to where it was before the damage actually happened. Once I got it at a really good place, I'm gonna take some vice grips. These are just some welding style clamps here. I'm gonna actually clamp this thing up here on the back half of it. That'll keep that bumper in its place. What I'm gonna do next is scuff this area up. You can take a 3-inch grinder, run over the back half of this plastic really lightly at a slow speed, or you can grab some 80 grit sandpaper and just rough it up like this. When you're scuffing this up or grinding it, you want to make sure you get all the shiny out of this bumper. You don't want any of this left behind. For you guys that are trying to fix your bumper on a budget, or you simply just don't have the tools that I have, like a plastic welder, go down and pick you up a heat gun and get you a flathead screwdriver. I'm going to show you how you can melt this plastic back without using a plastic welder. The best way to fix this is definitely have a plastic welder, but like I said, if you don't have the tools, here's another method for you. What I'm going to do is just put a lot of heat on the back side of this bumper until it's actually super soft. Once it's soft, what I'm gonna do is just take the flathead screwdriver and smudge it back together again. Just for demo purposes of this video, I'm only gonna be melting a small section of this just to show you. All I did was just heat that bumper up, took my screwdriver, and just worked that plastic around till it's all one piece again. This isn't the most effective repair, but in a bind, it will work for you. If I was to do something like this, what I would do is I do it on the back side, then flip it over, and I do it on the front side as well. What I'm gonna do, since I'm actually planning on welding this bumper up, I'm gonna scratch all that back up and get all that shine back off. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and weld this thing up. Basically what you wanna do is, you can lay this plastic flat on the crack, then take this iron, lay it on there to kind of break small little pieces of it off. As you can see, this thing's pretty hot. As soon as it hits this, it starts melting it. That's kind of the best way of doing it. That's what I like to do. A lot of times guys just rub this over here. Once it gets hot and melted, they'll stick it on there and just kind of work it in. But always start from one end, work your way around. All right, as you can see, I got this lower part done. What I'm gonna do is take this clamp off. I'm gonna rough this area up through here because I didn't get a chance to do that because this clamp was in the way. Then I'm gonna go ahead and weld this, this upper half up. All right guys, now that I got all that welded up, my next step is to come through and I'm gonna sand all this area up. I'm gonna rough it back up again. I don't want any shine left back on this bumper. Now that everything's roughed up pretty good, what I'm gonna do now is flip this bumper over. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is run my DA sander over all this. I wanna rough this paint up. What I'm gonna do next is take my Dremel, and I'm gonna Dremel down the center of this this crack here. And what I wanna do is create like a V like this, because I'm gonna actually plastic weld the outside of this as well, and I want all that plastic sitting down inside that crack and through there. If you don't have air or a DA sander, just take that piece of 80 grit and just rough this up really good as well. All right, now I'm gonna take my pencil Dremel and I'm gonna come right down through that crack and V it out some. If you don't have a Dremel or air, just take your sandpaper and just come right down to the center of that and V that thing out. All right, before I weld this, I'm gonna actually rough it up with some 80 grit. All right, now I'm just gonna repeat the same process that I did to the back. I'm gonna do it to the front, except this time I'm gonna put it on a lot smoother. All right, now I'm gonna just repeat the process. Hit this with the DA, scuff it up. I don't want any shine on this. Now that I got this flipped over to the back side, I've got my bumper mesh. I'm gonna cut a template out to lay over the top of this, and then I'm gonna glue it all down. All right, that should work. Any overhang that hangs over this, what I'll do is just take a blade, or once this dries up, I'll grind all this off. I'm gonna be using the Sim Problem Plastic Repair Glue. So what I'm gonna do is just put glue down the center of this first, then I'm gonna lay the mesh down on it, and then I'm gonna re-glue this outside. All right, we're gonna go ahead and let this sit up. It's already starting to tack up on me. I let this glue dry up for about a half hour, and it's completely solid as a rock. I mean, this thing is stout. So we're never gonna have an issue with that ever ripping again. What I'm gonna do is take my DA through here and trim this rough area up a little bit. All right, now I'm gonna mix a little bit of glazing putty up. It's important that you use putty and not Bondo, because this stuff is more flexible, and with it being on plastic, it'll allow it to move in different directions. It won't bust out like Bondo will. All right, we pretty much got all the putty all sanded out. It's now ready for a coat of primer. What I did was I just ran over this with this DA sander, a little 3-inch DA pad. I hit it with 80 grit, then I put a piece of 180 on it, and then I blocked it out with 320, and then I hit my edges through here. I feathered it all out with 320 grit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tape this up right in through here, and I'm gonna scuff this out with some a gray scuff pad, and I'm gonna throw a couple coats of primer on it. I'm not gonna mix any primer up in a gun. I'm actually gonna use a spray bomb style primer that's in a aerosol can. It's a 2K high build primer. Now I'm gonna just sand these shiny areas with a gray scuff pad. Now that I got all this scuffed out, I'm gonna go ahead and throw a couple coats of this 2K primer on it. It's dried up, it's ready to sand. I'm gonna go ahead and block this out with some 320 grit on a block. Then once I get all that blocked out, what I'm gonna do is come through and sand the rest of this out. I kind of started on it while that primer was drying. This is all sanded with a DA on a soft pad. It's right here with 600 grit. All right, we got this thing all sanded down. Let's get it in the booth. So what I'm gonna do is actually build a little tunnel right here and a little tunnel right here with paper. And I'm gonna clear all this, blend my paint right up in through here, blow some clear up in through here, and then I'm gonna burn it all in right in this area. I'll put some plastic over this or some paper over this so no overspray gets on this section. I'm gonna get it taped up, get it cleaned off again, and get some sealer down on it, and then I'll throw some base and then we'll clear it. All right, we're gonna be using all Limco product on this. I got some Limco base, sealer, and clear coat. I'm gonna be spraying base and sealer out of my GTI gun, and I'm gonna be spraying clear coat out of my other one. This Limco sealer is ready to spray, so I'm gonna just eyeball a little bit, throw some in the gun. I'm gonna put 2 light coats of my sealer on, let it flash, then I'm gonna come in and start applying base to it. All right, for the base coat, it's a 2-to-1 mixture, 2 parts paint, 1 part reducer. All right, we got the first coat of base down. Now I'm gonna apply the second coat. It's time to mix the clear coat. This is at a 4 parts clear, 1 part hardener, 1 part reducer. All right, it's time to put my clear coat on. I'm gonna put 2 medium to wet coats on my last coat. I'm gonna show you guys how I burn the edges in. Pretty happy with the way this thing came out. It's got some dirt in it. I'll go ahead and wet sand and buff it tomorrow once it dries up. There's 2 slight bulges here in this bumper, but that's just where the license plate bolts into this and it's sucking that bumper out. Over here in this area where I burnt my clear coat in, once all this dries, I'll come and buff all this up and it'll all look one congruent piece. That's pretty much a wrap for this video. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys think about this repair. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you keep a lookout for some of my upcoming videos. I'll see you guys on the next one. Keep putting in that work. Take care, guys.